So we're going to talk about arithmetic sequences, and what this means is when you have a sequence and it follows a certain order based on addition, there's a certain common difference between each of the numbers in the sequence. And we're going to show this common difference as D. Now the whole thing that we're going to try to do today is try to figure out what the rest of this sequence would be based on this first number and a couple of the other numbers that come after it. So we're going to be coming up with an equation to calculate, say I want to know what would be the fifth number in this sequence, or the 6th number, or the 100th number in this sequence. It's basically what we're going to be doing in this lesson. So we have the common difference using the D variable, and in this case it would be equal to 2. Okay? This first number is very, very important, so it actually gets its own variable, and we're going to call this A1. Okay? And A1, in this case, would be 2, so this is the first number we started with, so I'm going to put a little 2 in there. Okay? A2 is going to be based off of whatever A1 was, so I'm going to write A1 in here, plus whatever the difference is, whatever the common difference is. So I'm going to put plus D in here. And in this case, as you can tell, D is 2, so it would be A1 over here to get 2, plus the D up here to get 2, so you would get 4, and 4 matches our second number. So far, we're figuring out what numbers are in this sequence. Now, A3 is going to be equal to whatever A2 was, plus D again. But then a little interesting thing happens here, where you can actually substitute A2, and substitute this whole thing in for A2. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to be taking A1 plus D and substitute it in to A2. Okay? So that turns my equation into A1 plus D. I'll put that in parentheses. So this is what A2 is equal to. And then I'm going to add D to it. And basically this simplifies to A1 plus 2D. From this you can kind of start seeing a pattern coming where whatever the number we're on, in this case A3, it's going to be 1 less right here for the difference. And to show you this, I'm going to actually go to the next one, so we'll just do A4 really quickly, where A4 is equal to A3 plus D, and A3 is right here, so I'm going to substitute this A3 in for this one right here. So there's our A3, and then I'm going to add D to it to get A1 plus 3D. So hopefully this pattern is kind of showing up here where whatever number we're on in the sequence, in this case we're on the 4th number, it would be 1 less of the common difference for the multiple of the common difference right here. So what we could do is we can put all this together into a final equation where the nth number in the sequence, an here, would be equal to whatever A1 was, because as you can see A1 is in every single one of these, including this first one. You could say A1 is equal to A1, plus n minus 1, because you can see right here it's 3 when it's on the 4th one, so it's just n minus 1. 4 minus 1 would be 3. Same with here, 3 minus 1 would be 2. So that's how you get the n minus 1 here, and then you just put a D in there, and you end up getting the equation that you can use to figure out what any number in a sequence would be.